Keep in mind the domino effect. In The One Thing, Gary Keller begins by illustrating the profound impact of a tiny domino. Astonishingly, when set up correctly, one small domino can knock over an immense number of others. Often, a single, slight movement for action can set into motion a series of steps that grow more powerful over time. For instance, a small domino possesses the capability to topple nearly 5 million more dominoes. Another example highlights that one domino can knock over another that is 50% larger than the previous one. In their narrative, a physicist managed to knock over 8 progressively larger dominoes. The first and smallest was just 2 inches tall. Remarkably, the final domino, almost 3 feet tall, was easily toppled by the cumulative effect of the previous 7. Extending this concept further, the 57th domino could potentially reach the moon. While you may not need to topple dominoes as grand as the Eiffel Tower, if your next project feels as challenging as reaching the moon, your task is to identify your first domino. Invest the time to identify your initial domino. This is your one thing. This first step is crucial to enabling you to complete your project and ultimately topple your final domino. Look at the 80-20 principle. Everyone is familiar with the story of Pareto and his principle, which revealed that a small percentage of people owned the majority of the land in Italy. This principle has been validated in numerous other areas and aspects of life. Joseph Uran coined the phrase regarding Pareto's principle, noting the existence of the vital few and the trivial many. The issue is that we often focus on the trivial many. Too many people attempt to run a business, work a day job, and juggle family responsibilities simultaneously. The list seems endless. If we could identify the vital few and concentrate all our efforts there, we'd see more progress toward our goals than ever before. The key is to take a step back and assess the small inputs that yield the most significant outputs. For instance, if you're in real estate like Keller, it might be beneficial to examine where most of your clients originate. Do they come from networking events, or do they find you through social media? Once you have this information, you can confidently cease activities that aren't bringing in the majority of your clients. Instead, focus all your efforts on the single avenue that is attracting new home buyers or sellers. Always go back to the main question. When examining successful individuals, you'll often notice that they excelled in one particular skill. For example, Tiger Woods didn't attempt to become a star in baseball, basketball, and golf. Instead, he focused solely on golf and achieved a level of excellence that others could only dream of. The same holds true for Michael Phelps, Bill Gates, and Starbucks. What do you want to be known for? Master your chosen skill or trait to the point that your name or brand becomes synonymous with it. The core premise of this book is to continually ask yourself this essential question. What is the one thing you can do right now that will make everything else easier or unnecessary? One of the most compelling aspects of this book is that you don't need to limit yourself to a single area of your life. Instead, ask this pivotal question for each facet of your life. Business. First, in your business, take a moment to reflect on the one area or project that will have the greatest impact. Is it your marketing campaigns or your capital fundraising? Avoid the temptation to tackle both simultaneously, as this will likely result in partial progress in each area and hinder your overall success. Instead, if you decide to focus on marketing, narrow it down further. What specific aspect of your marketing campaign could you concentrate on to make everything else easier or unnecessary? For instance, by dedicating time to improve your SEO, could you reduce or eliminate the need for daily social media posts? Each day, identify your top priority in your business and dedicate your focus to that single task. Over time, you will find that this focused approach allows you to achieve more in less time than attempting to juggle multiple tasks at once. Career. For others, the goal may not be to grow a business, but rather to excel in your current job and earn a promotion or raise. Stop questioning why you haven't received that big raise or recognition yet. Instead, start identifying the one new skill you can develop to ensure you earn that promotion next time. What skill can you acquire that will make the rest of your job easier or unnecessary? Or perhaps consider what additional project you can undertake that will help you achieve your goals or assist your team in reaching theirs. By asking the right question, you'll understand where to concentrate your efforts. This focus will provide you with the guidance needed to excel in your career and attain the raise and promotion you deserve. Family or personal life. This focusing question isn't limited to your career or business. It can be applied to your family or personal life as well. What is one activity you can do that will make your family life more manageable? Consider having groceries delivered or signing up for a meal delivery service. Would these changes make dinner preparation easier, allowing you to dedicate evenings to family time? How could this help you build stronger relationships with those who matter most to you? What can you focus on to help your child excel in their schoolwork? Or what action can you take to help your aging parents stay in their home? As you can see, the focusing question applies to all areas of your life and can help you gain clarity in each one. If you're facing a mountain of credit card debt or trying to save up for retirement, it might feel like you'll never reach the goal line. However, by using the focusing question, you don't have to tackle the entire mountain of credit in one step. Instead, ask yourself, what is one thing you can do today to improve your financial life? Perhaps it means creating a budget for the first time or cutting up the credit cards to avoid the temptation to keep using them once you start making payments. Focus on this single endeavor, and you'll soon find yourself celebrating being debt-free. Physical health. Lastly, consider your physical health. What is the one activity you can do today to improve your well-being? Have you always bounced from one yo-yo diet to another? If so, perhaps you don't need another diet plan. Maybe you can start by taking walks around the neighborhood or joining a yoga studio. These activities can benefit both your physical and mental health. Find an activity that helps you achieve your health goals and focus on it. Soon, you'll be able to keep up with your kids at the park or beach and feel good about yourself. Choose habits over willpower. Relying on willpower to achieve your goals can be a common but flawed approach. The problem is that our willpower is a finite resource. If you expend all your resolve in the morning to get up early and hit the gym, you might find it difficult to resist that last donut at the end of the day. However, by building a habit of going to the gym over time, the need for willpower diminishes. As the activity becomes routine, it requires less conscious effort to maintain. The trick is to discipline yourself in the beginning to establish this habit. It takes time, but it's worth it in the long run. Think of building your habit as running several short races rather than a marathon. By disciplining yourself to win these short races, you gradually develop a sustainable habit. Over time, habits will help you reach your goals more effectively than relying on willpower alone. Make the shift from willpower to habit building for long-term success. Use productivity methods to protect your one thing. Once you've identified your one thing, you're only halfway to reaching your goals. The second half involves using productivity methods to help you achieve these goals. Choose what works best for you and see how much more you can accomplish with focused effort. Time blocking. The first tool to reach your goals is time blocking. This method allows you to focus for a set period. The duration of this time can vary from person to person, depending on your schedule and personality. Some people may block off 3 hours every morning, while others might find their mind wandering after the first hour and wonder how they will complete the entire block. If this is the case, consider working in shorter sprints, such as using the Pomodoro method. Regardless of the length of your time block, the key is to focus on tasks that will get you one step closer to your goals. Prioritization matrix. Another valuable tool for achieving your goals is the prioritization matrix. As you work towards determining your main focus, you'll encounter numerous activities and projects. Your challenge is to stay focused on the most critical outcomes that will advance your goals. Using a prioritization matrix helps you identify which projects should take precedence. Set up your 4 quadrants and place each goal or project in the appropriate area. Focus on the quadrant in the top right corner and choose one goal that is important but not urgent. Once you've chosen your priority, you'll know where to direct your efforts first. Then, return to your matrix and identify the next most important step. Continue this process until you've reached your goal. Avoid multitasking. Lastly, remember that multitasking is a myth. Don't convince yourself that you're getting more done by multitasking. The truth is, you're only completing tasks halfway and taking longer than necessary. The central tenet of this book is to focus on your top priority with laser-like precision. So stop fooling yourself into thinking you're more productive when multitasking, because you're not. When you go big, you need to stay small. We've all heard the saying, go big or go home. However, when it comes to reaching your goals, you're better served by staying small. Focus on the most crucial task that will move the needle forward first. Unfortunately, we live in a distracted world with information and ideas bombarding us every second of the day. From the moment we wake up, we're checking our phones and connecting with people worldwide. While this connectivity can be beneficial, it can also divert our attention from our priorities. When you start your day, learn to stay focused on your intentions. If you find yourself getting distracted, return to the focusing question. Let this question guide you in all your decisions. For example, suppose your boss approaches you with a fantastic idea. You recognize its potential, but it detracts from your primary goals. Discuss with your boss whether this new idea will help the company achieve its objectives. If it doesn't, stay focused on your primary concern. Learn to say no. As you learn to stay small, you'll also need to master the art of saying no. It will be challenging at first, especially when a new idea seems more appealing than your current tasks. However, by keeping the focusing question in mind, you'll improve at saying no. This will help you maintain your focus. Remember, when you say yes to something, you are inherently saying no to something else. If you're still trying to do everything, you've missed the book's core message. Reevaluate your purpose and goals to determine your top priority. Choose balance and counterbalance. We all strive for balance between our work and personal lives, but living in the middle often leads to mediocrity. Rather than constantly seeking balance in every area, learn to use counterbalance. There will be times when you need to give your work all you've got. Once you hit your goal, counterbalance by planning a vacation. As mentioned, once you determine your priorities, you will have to say no to other obligations. Avoid staying out of balance for too long, as it can lead to burnout. Instead, be willing to live in the extreme for short periods to achieve your goal, then reassess and counterbalance. Leave with purpose. One of the key lessons from this book is not just to get more done, but to discover what you want to be known for and live with intention. When you focus on your purpose, your actions gain more meaning. Finding your purpose provides the foundation to identify the one thing that allows you to live purposefully and intentionally. You'll find your productivity soaring when you have a clear drive motivating you each morning. Stay accountable. The final key takeaway from the one thing is to stay accountable to your goals. This can be achieved in various ways. Some people are motivated by external forces, while others prefer internal motivation. Figure out what drives you to reach your goals. For instance, some people find motivation when others know their goals. If this applies to you, ask someone to be your accountability partner. Others might work on a team or have a family that can cheer them on toward success. Find what motivates you and choose accountability over victimhood. You are not a victim of your circumstances or environment. Stay focused on your goals and hold yourself accountable for achieving them, no matter what. Final summary and review. In their book, The One Thing, authors Gary Keller and Jay Papasan provide numerous compelling stories and illustrations to emphasize the importance of staying focused. In a world full of distractions, it's crucial to concentrate on finding the one thing that will make everything else easier or unnecessary. By doing this, you'll achieve incredible success that you may have previously thought impossible. This book demonstrates how laser focus and intensity can propel you toward your goals more quickly than spreading yourself too thin. Take the time to identify where you should focus, allowing you to stop juggling everything and prioritize your one thing. To summarize the key lessons on life from The One Thing. Keep the domino effect in mind. Look at the 80-20 principle. Always go back to the main question: What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Choose habits over willpower. Use productivity methods to protect your one thing. When you go big, you need to stay small. Learn to say no. Choose balance and counterbalance. Live with purpose. Stay accountable. This is just the tip of the iceberg. To dive into the details and support Gary Keller and Jay Papasan, consider ordering the book or getting the audiobook.